Hey guys, Desolator Magic here with another overlooked but awesome card. This card is actually a common from the set Nemesis, and you might think, how good could a common possibly be? Well, pretty good in this case because it only costs 1. And what it does is pretty unique. There's a lot of options for this working with other cards. Also, if you wanted to put this in your Commander or Pauper deck, it is legal in both. So I present to you Lacolith Rig. And yes, it could be Lacolith, I don't know, we're going with Lacolith. So it's a red 1 cost enchantment, and its original text says, whenever an enchanted creature becomes blocked, you may have it deal damage equal to its power to target creature. If you do, enchanted creature deals no damage this turn. And the Oracle text is actually more confusing. It says, whenever an enchanted creature becomes blocked, you may have it deal damage equal to its power to target creature. If you do, the first creature assigns no combat damage this turn. How did they reword it to be more vague? That's amazing. You know, I bet it's Lacolith. Let's go with that. So you put this dirt cheap enchantment on a creature, and then you attack with it. Whenever it becomes blocked, okay, that's the condition for the trigger. The action is you may have it deal damage equal to its power to target creature. So no matter how they do their blocking assignments, you're going to hit what you want to hit. And then if you do this whole triggered ability, then enchanted creature deals no damage this turn. I really don't know what they meant by first creature. The first one they referenced, I guess, in the text. Why wouldn't it be enchanted creature? So then your enchanted creature deals no combat damage to the creature that actually blocked it. And honestly, this card reminds me of the question every single new player to Magic asks or attempts to do in a game. We've all heard it. I'm going to take this creature and attack that creature of yours. And then you immediately tell them, you can't do that. You have to just attack, and then I pick blockers. And then they say, well, that's dumb. And if you look at other card games, quite a few of them let you directly attack creatures. I think, I hate to get this wrong, but I think Keyforge, Vanguard, and Force of Will, and Yu-Gi-Oh! All do that. I'm probably wrong, but it's more normal to do that than to just say, I'm attacking, deal with it. So this brings it back to the rules that every single new player wants to do, which is directly attacking an opponent's creature. Now there is a slight problem where if they just let your creature through, okay, but I mean, then they're gonna lose. I mean, you can only do that so many times. So I mean, for 1 mana in the common slot, this is crazy. I think this was just so early on in the game's lifetime that they didn't really consider it to be as powerful as it could be today in the right deck. Now, there's actually 3 main points that make this card even better than you might be thinking. Now, a lot of you have already figured out some of these, but probably not all 3. Number 1, you can target with this ability any creature on the battlefield. That includes your own creatures in case they have some kind of whenever I take damage, do this, like Enrage. Or you can target the creature that actually blocked your creature. Kind of a two-parter there, but the second thing you need to know is that this is completely optional. You could just not do it. Because remember, this is considered non-combat damage. So if some effect says you can't take non-combat damage, there are actually a lot of them in the game right now. I think the Wanderer does that. It's her passive Planeswalker ability. Well, then you could say, okay, I just decline the trigger. And then you just smash into their blocker. Now, normally, you wouldn't want to do that. You wouldn't want to just decline it. You would just say, okay, I'm targeting the blocking creature. Because the third thing you need to know is that this damage happens before first strike. It happens before, combat resolution. It is an immediate trigger during the declare blockers phase. As soon as all blockers are declared, this trigger goes on the stack before that phase ends. So even if they block it with a first striker, you could just say, okay, hit it, gone. It is an entire phase earlier than it can hit you. I mean, there's very little downside other than, the same thing with every aura. You put an aura on a creature, and then they blow up the creature. They just use 1 card to get rid of 2 of your cards. But still, it's only 1 mana. And the only other real downside is it doesn't work very well on creatures with double strike, I guess. That's kind of circumstantial. So if you were to strap this to a sufficiently high-powered creature where they can't afford to let it through, but also like 3, 4, 5, 6 damage is a lot to start pinging individual defending creatures of your choice, ooh, that's going to be trouble. So I love this card, and it goes in really any red aggressive deck or anything that heavily uses creatures, which is, just a couple decks. I mean, you can go Goblin deck, Elemental deck, just a traditional red rush deck. There's a lot of fun to be had with this card, and like I said, it is 25 cents despite being printed a million years ago. At least it's a common. So pick up your copy today and start pissing off your opponents in Commander. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.